The next class in vertebrates is of the snakes. As you can see over here, an aggressive looking snake ready to pounce on its prey. We have to talk about reptiles over here. The class Reptilia includes the snakes. Now, what you see over here, this in itself is a depictive picture. You see, it seems like as if I am going to touch and it is going to come over to me, but that is not going to happen. In real, it might happen, so do not try it. You see the scales over the body, so their body is having scales. Secondly, they are cold-blooded. You don't find snakes in winters. They are hibernating. Even if you find one, you can hold in your hand and dance with it and whatever you like. It is going to be static. It won't be able to move. That is why they better go and hibernate. They stay somewhere and they come out when the spring season comes, and then you're going to find the snakes. So these reptiles are cold-blooded. That is the first thing. Because they are vertebrates, so they follow all the conditions that are required for being a chordate. Now, they have scales on their body, and like in the case of amphibians, they also lay eggs, but they do not need water for that. Okay, they have a hard covering around their eggs. You must have seen their eggs are a little bit smaller in size, but they do look like the eggs of a particular bird. Smaller birds must be giving eggs of the similar shape. So we are talking about class Reptilia. So let's see the examples that we have. They have the example of turtles and tortoises. The lizards are the examples. These two are the lizards. There is crocodile, that is an example of class Reptilia. When we talk about crocodile, crocodile is little bit different from rest of the reptiles. Okay, firstly it is having limbs. There are certain limbless reptiles as well, as in the case of snakes, and there are lizards. They lay eggs, small sized eggs. What is different in the case of crocodile is that rest of the reptiles, they have 3-chambered hearts. But in the case of crocodile, there is a 4-chambered heart, which is identical to those of the birds, which is identical to those of our own heart. So you have to remember that crocodile is one exception that is present in class Reptilia, which has a 4-chambered heart. As I told you, they are cold-blooded, they lay eggs with hard covering, they are mostly terrestrial. We have the example of turtles and tortoises, which are aquatic. They need terrestrial conditions for laying their eggs. That's, you must be knowing that turtle or snake, whichever organism, how so much they are going to roam in water, how so much they are going to go for prey in the water conditions, aquatic conditions, they are going to come back to the terrestrial area for laying the eggs. So you can just see the difference, class difference between amphibians and reptiles. That is, that one needs terrestrial conditions, mandatory. They are mandatory for the organism to lay the eggs, and other needs aquatic conditions, which are again mandatory for laying their eggs. Now you can see the examples over here, and this is what class Reptilia is all about.